And we are live. How you guys doing? Ken Walls. For those that don't know me, I'm Ken Walls, and it's nice to meet you and see you here on my live stream. So I was just thinking about a story that it's an old Hindu story actually that I wrote about in my first book called my book is Walls of Wisdom, Turning Pain into Profit. And the chapter that I wrote this story in is called Look Inside. Larry Schneider, how in the world are you doing? So I was just thinking about this story a little bit ago. And I want to talk about the story. It is not a story about arrogance. It's quite opposite of that, my brother. Joe Ingram. Jay Fox, the one, the only. And Skylar Herb is in the house watching one of your. Oh, dude, you're watching one. You're in the Grow Live Academy. That's awesome. Well done. Well done. Well done. It could be looked at that way as well, dude. So there's this story about. It's an old Hindu story. Corey Calvin, how you doing, brother? It's an old Hindu story about years and years and years ago. The gods all got together and decided they were tired of giving humans the answer to everything they could possibly have a question for. And so they got together and decided they were going to take this free gift away from the humans and hide it. So they had to actually put effort into finding it to be able to use it. And so one of the gods said, you know what, let's hide it at the highest point of the highest mountain in the world. They'll never find it there. And they all decided no, because someday they'll learn how to climb and they'll get up there and they'll find no, that won't work. Another god said, how about at the deepest part of the deepest ocean, we'll hide it there. They all said no, they'll learn how to dive, they'll find it, it'll be too easy. The wisest one of them all spoke up and said, how about this? Let's hide this gift deep within the humans themselves. They will never think to look there. And so it continues today. I remember the first time I read that story, I was like, wow, you got to be kidding me. It really made me think about, and people get caught up in religious beliefs and whatever. Look, I believe, this is my thought, my belief, that we are all part of God. God created us. No matter what holy scripture you look into, whether it's the Bible or whatever, it doesn't matter. There's always a reference to us being created by this higher power that we call God. Well, if God is part of us and God is perfect and God is all wise and God is omnipresent, wouldn't it be true that we share in that wisdom with him? But you got a lot of people. Brian Galkey, dude, what's up, man? You got a lot of people walking around this planet that are clueless or they can't figure out things. And I love Marie Folio's book, Everything is Figure Outable. I just love that title. If you learn how to quiet your mind, you will find answers. Dr. Wayne Dyer, who's my favorite spiritual teacher of all time, he said, the beauty in music is the silence in between the notes. The beauty, the answers, everything that we desire an answer for in this life It already exists. It's inside of you. You have to go inside. You have to quiet the mind, focus on breathing, and seek the answers. Seek and ye shall find. But most of us are running this movie nonstop in our heads. And we don't take the time to slow down. We don't take the time to calm our minds. We don't take the time to look for that gap that Dr. Dyer talked about, that gap, that space between our thoughts where God exists. People spend a lot of time praying, but not a lot of time in meditation or silence, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. Don't get hung up on a word. People get hung up on words. No need to get hung up on the word meditation. It's not something that you have to learn how to do. It's called the practice of meditation. You do. You just be silent. And however you do that, but you've got to learn how to stop the chatter that's going on in your head. What's up, Rob? How you doing? It's the real Ken Walls, yeah, this time. But you got to learn how to. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. There's Tina Campbell. What's up, Tina Campbell? You've got to learn how to quiet your mind down. And the answers to everything that we seek in this life, they exist in us. They're not lost. I've heard it said that praying is talking to God. Meditation is listening to God. Where do you think your answers will come from? From talking or listening? I mean, it's a rhetorical question. Hopefully, you know the answer to that. Learn to calm your mind. Learn to calm your thoughts by just being in silence. I'm not talking about sitting around meditating for 3 days. Excuse me. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about once, twice, 3 times a day. Going to, I do it sitting right here in this exact spot sometimes. I'll be stressed out. I'll need a solution to a situation. And I just stop it all. Turn my screensaver on my computer, and I just sit here and I close my eyes. I ask the question, the prayer, and then I shut up. And I focus on my breath, breathing in through my nose, 3 deep breaths in through my nose, out through my mouth. And then I just focus on breathing and listening for that silence, that gap. It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing to do. Tomorrow on Breakthrough Walls, I have the one and only Brandi Edwards. She's an attorney. She is a rock star. She has so much energy. She's amazing. She's a motivational speaker. She's an amazing lady. And for those of you that don't know, I have a superstar, superstar, big celebrity guest booked for my show in January. You said I just hung out with her in Vegas, even though that's funny, dude. That's hilarious. Olga, good to see you. I had learned it with without much of the meditation, my mind is pretty quiet. I learned creating harmony within. It took healing of energies in the mind. Yes. Jay calls it shut up and listen time. Amen. So, yeah, Brandi is on tomorrow, and she's a rock star. I mean, she is absolutely a rock star. When I was in Dallas last year speaking at my buddy Chaz Wilson's event, Brandi hit me up on Instagram and wanted to know if she could come and hear me speak, and she came down and spoke, and then her and myself and her and I and Taylor Thompson and Jen Moran, we all went to dinner together. I felt like Charlie from Charlie's Angels walking through this. I said that. I'm like, this is like Charlie from Charlie's Angels walking through this parking lot to the restaurant. But yeah, and Brandi she's amazing. I can't wait till you guys meet her. If you don't know her, she's a rock star. So, but the guest that I have, I would say, I mean, it's a big name. A lot of you may know. For those of you that don't know, thank you for keeping it a secret. But I'm going to go ahead and reveal it. I said it one other time. I'm being shadow banned. Why is this? What did I do, Facebook? Why am I being shadow banned? That's crazy. In January, I have the one, the only world famous man who's changed hundreds of millions of lives. I have the one and only Brian Tracy on my show in January. And to say that I'm grateful for that opportunity would be, quite honestly, the largest understatement I've ever made. I am absolutely blown away that I have Brian Tracy on the show. This is a guy that changed my life many years ago. And I mean, I studied him and Zig Ziglar for years. Those were the only, and I read Tony Robbins' books. But Brian Tracy, The Psychology of Selling and The Psychology of Success, are two different CD courses that I purchased many, many, many years ago, maybe 30, 25, at least 25 years ago. And I mean, I wore these CDs out, wore them out. I am so beyond. This is, I mean, he doesn't do free podcasts. He's paid for doing, and he's coming on and delivering his story and value at no charge to me and my audience. And I am so beyond grateful. When I first started Breakthrough Walls, the show, I remember saying to myself, one day you're going to have Brian Tracy on your show. And here we are. And I have to say thank you to my dear friend, Mark Victor Hansen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for making this a possibility. Because Mark Victor Hansen is the reason that Brian Tracy is doing my show. It ain't me. I wish it was, but that's not the reason. It's because they have a 30-year friendship. And I was talking to Mark, who many of you know. I am partners with Mark Victor Hansen in a publishing company now. If you think you have a book you need to get out, you need to talk to me, because how would you like to have Mark Victor Hansen and his team do your book? But anyway, so I digress. Mark is absolutely one of the finest human beings on this planet. As many of you know, Chicken Soup for the Soul is the #1 best-selling book of all time besides the Bible. And Mark is the co-creator of that with Jack Canfield. #1 best-selling author in the world of all time. And he connected me with Brian Tracy, who will be on the show in January. Lord willing and the creek don't rise, as they would say in West Virginia, where I used to live a long time ago. Brandi, I was just talking about you. There's Brandi Edwards right there. She is on the show tomorrow morning. She is on the show. Yeah, I have it too, John. It's right. Hold on. Can you guys see? Let's see. See it up there? I don't know if you can see that. It's right there. Chicken Soup for the Soul. I don't think you can see it. Yeah, you can. You can see it right there. Right next to one of Mark's other books, The 1 Minute Millionaire. So I am grateful and honored to have so many amazing, just unbelievably amazing people that many of them I've looked up to for so many years. And Brandi, I have Brandi coming on the show. Like, wait till you guys hear her story. Wait till you see her energy. You're going to not believe it. She's amazing. John, yes, great stories. Absolutely. I read a lot of the Chicken Soup for the Soul books when I was younger. Love them. Yeah, they're amazing. Joe Ingram is he's one of those fair-weathered friends. He just comes in for a minute and then leaves. That's all right. I love Joe. So, I started off talking about not learning. I can't stand this when people say, I need to learn how to meditate. No, you don't. No, you don't. You do not need to learn how to meditate. You need to practice. It's called the practice of meditation. The practice of meditation. It's why medical practices are called medical practices, because they don't have all the answers. They're practicing. They're educated guesses, just like a law practice, right, Brandi? Am I right? They're practicing. They don't know everything. They don't have all the answers. It's a practice. When you meditate, you're practicing. All you're doing is learning how to find God in between your thoughts. Find that source of the creator of the entire universe in between your thoughts. That's it. There's nothing to learn. And people that are out here saying, I can teach you how to meditate. I just taught you. I just taught you. That's it. That's it. What you do is this. I'll say it. I'm going to go through it one more time. You close your eyes and you breathe. I take 3 deep breaths in, 1 blow out, and then another one, blow out, and then another one, blow out, and then I focus on just breathing. Faith Hill wrote a song about it. Just breathe. Just breathe. Your mind's going to wander. It's going to wander. Hey, Nicole Young, how are you? Good to see you. Your mind is going to run off on you, and that's okay. Eventually, what you want to be is the observer. The observer. You want to be the observer of your body, of your existence, of everything going on around you. I think that Meditation is a practice. Courage is a practice. Self-love is a practice. It is. We walk around. Walk around, a lot of us, not everybody. I realize there are some perfect people in the world, but most of us are walking around in these stories of, the past, of defeat, of doubt, of if I would have. How's that what's the one saying? No sadder words from tongue nor pen, but these four words, what might have been. And I don't remember who said that. Shakespeare? I don't remember. Leanna, hey, I love this woman and her husband. I love both of them, Robbie and Leanna Cornelius. Hey, Leanna, tell Robbie I just shouted him out on my live stream. So, but like I don't even remember what I was saying. I got distracted by Leanna. Anyway, I have watched some Wim Hof breathing stuff. I've tried some of it, yes. I'm never getting in an I shouldn't say never, but I have zero interest in getting into a tub filled with ice water. Zero. Like none. I'd rather have somebody remove my toenails than to get into a big old tub of ice water. No. Ugh. I think my heart would stop. I don't know. Seems just painful. Why would you put yourself through that? Oh, I can't yeah. But I've seen some of his stuff. Um, Jesse Itzler talks a lot about Wim Hof and has had Wim over at his place and all that. He said, "Oh, hey Anna, how are you? Good to see you." He said he's twerking to your voice. That's funny. Oh, I was talking about what might have been. Yeah, no sadder words from tongue nor pen, but these four words, what might have been. And I don't remember who said that, but it was somebody smarter than me. We're walking around telling ourselves these stories of defeat, these living in this movie of, what could have been, what I could have done different, how I screwed this up, I screwed that up. And that's why meditation works for me. It works for me. It calms my mind down. It just gives me it shuts my brain down a little bit. Not all the way. It's not. I don't know that it's possible. There's this woman named Pema Chadron. She's a Buddhist monk. She has videos all over YouTube, and she said, the tiger's gonna run, meaning your mind. It's gonna run. It's gonna run, and you just have to watch it. Just be the observer of it running. It'll come back. And I found that to be true in my case. But again, the answers to everything that we desire the answers for, we already have. Jesus said it. The kingdom of God is within you. Seek ye first this kingdom and all of its righteousness, and all of these things shall be given unto you. Right? What does that mean? I know what it means to me. Chuck White, Merry Christmas to you, brother. Good to see you. How about poured ice water over you while standing in the snow? Yeah, I'd take that over the... No, never, ever, never. No. Like that or a bathtub filled with ice water. Neither. How about that? No. Ice water and my body being involved in that in any way, no thank you. Nope. John, that's it. You're right. Greenleaf Whittier is who wrote that. That's correct. Anna says, I live in Western New York. I don't need ice baths. We have lake effect snow machine. Right? No is a whole sentence. That's right. No, I will not try. I am very close-minded to that, just so you know. It's, as a matter of fact, that part of my decision-making part of my mind is literally frozen shut. You can't get in. I will never submerge myself intentionally in ice water. Nope. And Anna, I'm with you. It's 31 degrees here in the great state of Ohio right now. So, look, when things are not going the way that you want them to, or even if things are going the way you want them to, I've heard it said that I said this a little bit ago. Prayer is us talking to God, meditation or silence. If you don't like the word meditation because it goes against your religious beliefs, whatever it is, go into just silence. Just silence. I had Rami Al-Batrawi on my show a few weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And he also came to the Grow Live Academy and taught people, everybody that was there. He's a billionaire. And it was life-changing. I mean, it was absolutely life-changing for so many people. And you know what he said? And look, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to go get this book. It's Rami's book. Can You Really Think and Grow Rich? You can go to canyoureallythinkandgrowrich.com and pick up a copy of it, or it's on Amazon. You can get it there. But it's Can You Really Think and Grow Rich? Keys to Unlock an Extraordinary Life. And I mean, it's literally a step-by-step guide on how to create an extraordinary life. And it's not just about the money, unless that's what you want. Most people don't know what they want. Most people, you ask them what they want, they'll say, man, I really want to be happy and I want to have enough money to make sure that I pay my bills and everything's taken care of. And that's not being specific. You got to get really, really, really specific. Isn't it incredible? It's an incredible book. He could have died from Rona. He's going to be more focused than ever. Who? Burr. On that note, I have a warm bed. That's funny. Oh, that's hilarious. I am I serious? I don't know if I'm serious or not. I'm rarely serious. But I have so many amazing people in my life, and I do a lot of coaching. I do a lot of things, and it just, I don't know how to explain this. I put myself through hell, and a lot of other people, when I drank. I've got over 19 and a half years sober now, which is unbelievable to me. And the entire time that I was drinking, I didn't realize how insecure I was. I didn't realize that the stories that I was telling myself were so messed up. I mean, just messed up. I didn't realize how self-centered and selfish and self-absorbed and self-focused I was, in a bad way. And I don't know, I've just reached a level of it breaks my heart to see absolutely amazing humans not even trying to reach for their potential, not even putting in an effort. It kills me. I mean, it literally breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to see people paralyzed by fear. Breaks my heart. And so, by the way, look at my Apple Watch. Hold on, if I don't know if I can do this. I made that Christmas graphic with my daughters on there and a Christmas tree, and I put it on my Apple Watch. Huh? What do you think of that? So, and that says that it's 28 degrees. I don't know. But because I know the reason it breaks my heart is I've been there. I mean, I have been there and I've broken free from that, but I've been there. I have been there where I can't, let go of something stupid, a mistake I made, or um, you know, I have to figure out what I want. Part of it's timing because youngest is a senior in high school. You know, and thank you, Brandi. But people don't really know. They don't know what they want. And I mean, it's not a judgment. I didn't know what I wanted for the longest time. The longest time. I still have moments where I'm like, okay, is this the direction I should be going? And so now this is not an advertisement, but I have my own journal called the 10-Minute Mastery Journal. The real secret to manifesting all of your dreams into reality. So I have it. It's on Amazon. You can get it if you want. You don't have to. If you want to get it, go to 10minutemastery.com, I think. And that takes you over to the Amazon link. But in this, I write out, look, Grant Cardone said, I heard him say this one time, and it just, it blew my mind because he said, look, I write my goals twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. And I thought, man, who has time for that? And he's like, write the top 5 or 10 things down that you want to accomplish. Write them every day, twice a day. I was like, wow, okay. And he's like, think about it. The average person might write their goals down January 1st. Then they fold them up, tuck them away somewhere, and go back and check them next year to see what they accomplished. If you write your goals down one time and I write my goals down 730 times, who's got the better chance of achieving their goals? Who's got the better chance of achieving their dreams? Who's got the better chance of creating the life that they want? And that is, ready? Drum roll, please. The person that wrote down 730 times, because your conscious mind is controlling your subconscious mind, has an effect on your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind, as we all know and have heard a million times, is controlling everything in your world, like 90%, 95%. How many times has my heart beat in the last 60 seconds? I have no clue. Blinks, don't know. How many breaths have I taken? I have no idea, and neither do you. That's all happening on an unconscious level. And people don't stop and think about what they're doing on a conscious level unconsciously. I know I just made things really confusing. But I can tell you this, when you start writing stuff down twice a day, every day, do you want to hear the irony in what just happened? I have a magic mouse, and I was saying life becomes magical, and I bumped the mouse, and it took me to the sign-in page. you've got to write down. You've got to get really, 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 really laser focused and specific on what you want. And Anna, I was actually going over to click on Anna's comment and put it up on the screen. When I had Grant Cardone on that night after he got finished filming Undercover Billionaire and he got on the live stream with me, I said to him, I said, well, Grant, it's never, but it's, I mean, you know, the people who might be older, you know, and I'm fishing probably a little bit for me. I'm 53, you know, I mean, it's never too late, right? It's never too late. And here's his response. He goes, I don't know. Might be. It might be too late. Why are you going to live like you got forever? Because you don't. You don't. Get out a blowtorch and melt the freaking ice off of those dreams and go. You don't have forever. We all have an expiration date, and the ego wants us to think that it's forever. And it's not. This meat suit, it's going to go away. It's going to go away. So I suggest you build a bonfire, you get out a blowtorch, you do whatever you need to do to thaw the ice off of those dreams right now. Yeah, but I'm healthy and I eat well and I da. I get it. I get it. How much do we think or dwell on negative? I'll cover that right now. Nicole thinks I'm 52. I'm 53. Sandy Archer. I love Sandy Archer. So look, it's a meat suit. Think about this. Think about like if you are awake and aware on the day that you die, if you're awake or alert enough to have conscious thoughts, if that day was today, right now, today, and you knew that at the stroke of midnight, in 1 hour and 16 minutes for me, at the stroke of midnight, it's lights out. Your time in this meat suit is up. It's over. That day is going to come for every one of us. Nobody gets out alive. Nobody gets out of here alive. So if that happens in 1 hour and 16 minutes, in the last few minutes of your life, what are you going to regret? And be honest. If you knew right now, this is it, I'm checking out here in just a little bit. First off, if that's the case, you should get off of my live stream right now and go be with your loved ones. But if that's the case, if that happens, what are you going to think? What are your last thoughts? What are the last 5 minutes of your life? What are you going to run through in your mind? All of the stuff you didn't do, all of the stuff you didn't take action on because you listened to all of the bull crap in your mind and all of the stories somebody else told you. All of that crap is going to be just slamming into your brain cells, and you're going to have an immense amount of regret of things that you didn't do. The things you didn't take action on. The trips you didn't take. The kisses you didn't give. The hugs you didn't give. The love you didn't show. The businesses that you didn't start. Doug, would you stop? No, I'm not talking about you. I am talking about every human being on this planet. You've got to wake up, man. Everybody wake up. There is a time limit. There's an expiration date on this. And people are like, well, I have plans, man. And I'll tell you what, 2022 gets here. Katie, bar the door, man, because here I come. It's on like Donkey Kong in 2022. Meanwhile, here in 2021, on December the 19th, in the year of our Lord 2021, you're still sitting around doing nothing except for dreaming about 2022. And here's the saddest part. 2022 is going to come around and you aren't going to change. Sorry. It's the truth. Most people are not going to do anything. Man, they get fired up listening. I mean, Andy Frisella was on my show. Go watch that one. Holy crap. Go watch that show. Andy Frisella's like, look, and I can't believe he put me in the same category. What an honor. But, Andy Frisella said, look, man, the bottom line is, people listen they absorb the content that I put out, that you put out, that Gary V puts out. They absorb all this content and then they get fired up and then they do nothing. They do nothing. And God, that makes me so just, like, come on. It's just take action, man. Stop thinking you got you've got eternity to figure this out, because you don't. And you're not going to figure it out sitting on your hands. Did you see what I did there? I almost swore and I didn't. I held my tongue. So good for me. You've got to stop pretending like you've got forever, because you don't. You don't. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. We all have heard of the 29-year-olds that croaked yesterday, or 85-year-olds, or the whatever. Angela Brooks, right here is a lady. Excuse me. Angela Brooks has been on my show. She is the #1 income earner, I think, in her network marketing company. She's done it for a long time now, and she's been incredibly consistent. And Angela, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. But I know you're in the top 1% in the world in network marketing. And she's got an unbelievable story. What are you doing? Not what are you making plans to do? What are you doing? And you don't have to tell me. Go look in the mirror and say, what is it that you're doing to make your dreams come true right now? Right now, what are you doing? What are you doing to wake up? It's not difficult. People complicate this crap, man. It's so stupid. Complicate. Because your mom or your dad or your church or your grandma or somebody taught you that you need to overcomplicate the crap out of everything, and you don't have to. Again, not judging. Been there. Bought the t-shirt, wore it out. I know what it's about. I get it. Take action in your life now. Man, tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up, man, and take it now. Take it now. You don't have to go buy my journal, 10-Minute Mastery Journal. If you'd like to, please visit www.10minutemastery.com. I'm kidding. Like, if you want it, it's on Amazon, but you don't have to get this. You don't have to get this to achieve your goals. Get out a piece of paper. I promise you this, if you're not writing it down, it ain't ever happening. It is not happening. Not going to happen. Better write it down. Whatever it is you want to achieve, it's not going to happen. For the average person, I'm not saying, like, I'm sure Mark Zuckerberg didn't sit around writing his goals twice a day. He's way smarter than I am. He's way smarter than I am, obviously. But, I'm sure there are plenty of people that have achieved massive wealth, massive success. Think and Grow Rich. Can You Really Think and Grow Rich by Rami El-Batrawi is one of the best books ever written, probably the best book ever written on this topic. Rami is a billionaire. He's a friend of mine now. I can't even believe I can say that. He owns the largest wide-bodied private jet in the world. In the world. He's currently on vacation in Costa Rica for the rest of the year. He left home at 12 years old, was homeless on the streets of Tampa for 5 years. Had a net worth of over $1 million at 17. At 23, had a net worth of over 50 million. At 32, he had a net worth of $1 billion. And he'll tell you, I'm not a genius. He said, I just read Think and Grow Rich like 20 times when it was handed to me. You want to hear the craziest part? And I don't know if he told this in a sidebar story. I don't know if it was on the live stream. The craziest part is the guy that gave it to him was a year older than him. And he did nothing with his life. Nothing. It's too bad. Because one day the lights go out for everybody. One day the lights go out for everybody. Everybody, even the ones walking around with billions of dollars. The ones who are walking around broke, telling themselves really sad, terrible stories about how victimized they were and everything they went through and everything they're going through until it's too late. You get to decide. Brandi said it right here. Brandi's a very successful attorney. She's a rock star. She's a motivational speaker. And she's telling you, read Rami's book. But again, the problem is most people aren't going to pick up. Did you know that, first off, 80% of all books purchased in this world are purchased by women? Did you know that? Did you know that like 80 or 90% of all books are read until page 9? Page 9. If they're not still reading at page 9, if they're still not engaged in your story at page 9, they're not reading any more of your book. 90% of the world. 90% of all books sold don't get read past page 9. How do I know that? Because I'm constantly learning, constantly expanding, constantly growing. Exactly. Brian's always feeding his mind, always looking to get to the next level. Those aren't back there for show. I've read those, but not every one of them. Russell, I still have to read a few of your books, dude. But I read. Do I ever watch TV? Yes, I do. Very, very, very little. Doug said I make it to page 11. I'm telling you, like, if you do nothing else to prepare you for 2022, read this book right here. Rami Albatrawi's book, Can You Really Think and Grow Rich? Go to kenwalls.shop. It's in my Amazon store as well. That book is so powerful. I have it in front. I have my first book is first in my Amazon store. Rami's book is in second place in the lineup. That's how much I believe in that book. For real. Leanna, promise me, Leanna, that you're going to get Rami's book tonight. Promise me. Go tell your husband you need a loan. I'm kidding. Go get his book. It's life-changing. It's life-changing. And it's something you can take notes in, you can apply over and over and over and over and over to your life. Anyway, hey, look, I I promise I will tonight. One of Rami's takeaways: make your hope of gain greater than your fear of loss. And he says it's directly from Think and Grow Rich. Make your hope of gain greater than your fear of loss. I think I think he said that. I can't promise. I'll have to check the book. But yes, make your and again, people are so programmed on autopilot with their feelings and their emotions. There's this other book I've been reading on Kindle that Michael Shine, a guy that's in the Grow Live Academy, another attorney that's in the Grow Live Academy, and he's a friend of mine now. He told me about this book called The Law and the Promise. And it's basically about Doug Wing, my brother. I am proud of you, man. That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. That's strong, dude. And it makes you feel better about life when you're writing out the things that you're grateful for, when you're writing out the things that you want to create in your world, that you want to have in your world. But this book, The Law and the Promise, talks about how life, your life, my life, is literally being created in our imagination. Whatever we're imagining and the emotions and all the feelings that go behind those imaginings, we're creating that. We're literally creating that in our lives. And it's powerful. It is a powerful book. It's written by a guy named Neville Goddard, which I've heard his name before, but I've never read any of his stuff. It's phenomenal. I mean, just mind-blowing phenomenal. Brian just ordered it. Good job, dude. Cindy Lee says, have to read Think and Grow Rich, 30 Days of Shameless Gratitude. You're saying that we have to read or you have to read? Not sure exactly what that meant, but that sounds like an interesting book too. Look, don't just read a book and do nothing. Take massive action in your life. And again, take, like you say, you may say, well, how much action do I need to take? I don't know what that is for you. Enough until you can have everything that you want. I mean, I've got some big lofty goals written down in my here. Let me I'm going to put one. I'll put it out here. I don't care. Where there it is. No. Where is it? I just wrote it a little bit ago. Oh, right here it is. Here it is. I want a 10-passenger Gulfstream private jet. A big vacation home on the west coast of Florida, on the ocean. Another home in the mountains of Utah. That's one of my goals. Here in Ohio, my wife, I mean, if I don't get this for her, she'll find somebody that will. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I hope that doesn't happen. But a ranch with 50 acres and horses for my wife and my daughters. And many, many other things. You got to dream big. Dream big. Dream big and take really super, super big actions in your life. Stop with the excuses. In Ramey's book, chapter 1, no excuses, comma, no alibis. No excuses. None. Stop making excuses. Stop making up alibis for why you're going to fail, for why you can't win, for why you can't take massive action. "2022's just in a few days, really. A couple weeks out now. What are you going to do different than you did last year, the year before, the year before, the year before? What are you doing to work on you, change you?" I mention it all the time. I would be remiss if I didn't mention it tonight. For those of you who want to have a life-changing group of people, life-changing training for live streaming, podcasting, social media, YouTube, everything else, join us at the Grow Live Academy, please. I've had rock stars, I mean, big rock stars. Kyle Wilson has come in and taught the Grow Live Academy. Jeffrey Gittimer, Ron White, the two-time U.S. memory champion. Ramey Albatrawi was in. Glenn Morshower's been in a dozen times at least. I have a weekly mastermind call, coaching call every week for an hour and a half. And even if I don't have a celebrity friend or guest on, I always get on and help people in a Zoom meeting. And it's a lot of fun. And I know we've changed lives in the Grow Live Academy. I'm absolutely certain of it. So I highly recommend it. It's $997 a year. And let me tell you something. After this month, at the end of the month, I'm going to, starting in January of 2022, I'm going to a monthly fee. It'll be $997 to buy the Grow Live Academy, and then it'll be $147 a month to be a member and attend the weekly coaching calls. So you can get it for $997 right now, and that's a whole lot less than $147 a month and $997 up front. That starts January 1st. So if you've thought about it, take action. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Stop with the alibis and the excuses and all of the other crap and take action. Theodora took action. Sandy Archer took action to promote my business, so it changed my perspective. There you go, Sandy. Exactly. Olga wants to make money with crypto. Good luck to you. I hope you do. I hope you make millions, billions, trillions. Brian Galkey is in there. Doug Wing is in. These are all people that are in the Grow Live Academy. Robert Brooker is part of the Grow Live Academy. Theodora said, my light was supposed to turn off in 2016, but I made a decision to fight. And since then, I changed my life for my daughter and I. No fear, full force upward. I read every book I heard you speak about. I read every book I heard you speak about. No excuses. You rock, Theodora. You freaking rock. Brandi says, I look forward to celebrating you. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Thank you. I look forward to celebrating you and everybody else watching. I love to see people explode and grow and experience things that they haven't experienced, but they've only dreamed about. I love that. So listen, tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on this Bat channel, join me and my special guest, Brandi Wilson Edwards, who will be coming in to share her life story. And I can't wait to hear it. Hopefully you'll be there and you'll share it out and you'll tell all your friends and family that they need to watch Brandi. Come and join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Brandi Edwards will be on live and she's going to tell us her story. So you guys all have a wonderful night. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful night. And if I don't see you, if this is the last time you get on one of my live streams before, make sure you have a beautiful and a very Merry Christmas. God bless you all. Have a great night, and we will see you in the morning. Brandi, I'll see you in the morning.